Welcome to Long Creek School's 2018 Christmas program. Tonight we want to share with you the holiday classics, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
And the snowman played.
That's not in my script. Hey kids! Hey kids, please get off the stage. Elaine. Okay, now where was I? Oh, here. Please sit back and enjoy our presentation of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
And the snowman played.
Not again. Hey, kids! Kids! This is crazy. What should I do? I know. Would you guys like to listen to a song? Stories?
But the snowman played.
Let me read you the whole story. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that
The snowman soon would be there to play.
the children were all nestled while snug in their beds while visions of
Snowman.
danced in their heads. Oh, this is crazy. I'll see if I can get up to singing here. I'll be right back. I apologize for that short interruption. And now, to get on with our program, we want to begin our program tonight with...
Once there was a snowman,
Close the curtain.
snowman,
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
there was a snowman, tall, tall, tall. Open the back porch doors, Frosty. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
snow, but I've seen sunshine on my days. That sun done melted him away. Buddy, you're a cold man, round man, standing in the yard, gonna be a snowman today. You got coal on your face, you big disgrace. That sun is gonna put you back into your place. We will melt you. Sing it all. We will melt you. We built this snowman. We built this snowman. Tall, tall, tall. Built this snowman. But then he melted small, small, small. Round, round, big and round, my head is round, yeah. Big and round, 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 my head is round. My head is round, round, big and round, it's big and round. It's melting down, down, melting down, it's melting down. It's down, down, going down, it's going down. Round, round, going down, it's melting down. It's the final meltdown. We're melting together. The final Why are there so many songs about snowmen? We're building the snowman. See the cold set in your eyes. See the scar thin by your side. And your arms are wings. There's a snowman in my yard. Once he was tall, but now he's small. Out of the darkness and into the sun. Somehow I forgot that it's all they come. He was tall, now small, very small. I melt away. Sunshine on my shoulders makes my shoulders melt.
Again, hopefully we're done with all this one. Let's begin our program. Soon it will be the night before Christmas. Preparations are happening everywhere. Stores have stocked their shelves. Shoppers are busy searching for just the right gifts. Decorations and lights are popping up everywhere, and festive Christmas music is playing. Meanwhile, at the North Pole, Santa and his elves are busy scurrying about preparing for the big night, and the reindeer are getting in condition. And Rudolph, you know the story about Rudolph, right? Most of us have sung the song and watched the movie more times than we can even count. But perhaps you don't know how it all started.
Most of you are probably familiar with the holiday classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Robert May originally created this story for a children's book for Montgomery Ward in Chicago in 1939 for its annual holiday promotion. He considered several names for the main character. Rollo was too sunny and happy. Reginald was too British. Other names he considered were Rodney, Rudy, Judy, Romeo, and others before he settled on Rudolph. The idea to have a foggy night came to him as he was looking out his window at work one foggy night. He thought about giving Rudolph large headlight-like eyes, but decided that kids would make more fun of the glowing red nose. Rudolph was an immediate hit with kids. The book was shipped to Montgomery Ward stores all across the United States, and almost 2.5 million copies were sold in the first year alone.
The song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer wasn't written until 10 years later. Robert May's brother-in-law, Johnny Marks, wrote the song in 1949. And Gene Autry sang it. Autry almost didn't, but his wife urged him to, and he finally agreed. It, too, became an immediate hit. It was sold millions of copies, and still remains the second best-selling Christmas song.
The movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was made in 1964. As with many movies based on books, it does not follow the original storyline of the book. In the original story, Santa visits Reindeer Village on Christmas Eve, and the fog was as thick as a soda's white fizz. Santa struggled with the sleigh, getting lost and tangled in trees. As in the story we're familiar with, Rudolph comes to the rescue. It goes something like this.
Hey guys, look at that nose. Red as feet. Big nose. Your name should be Ruby. Ruby Red? Yeah. Hey, Ruby Red Rudolph. This nose is bigger than no. Ruby Red Tomato Nose. No way. Okay. We don't want to play with Big Red Nose. Hey, let's go sledding. Yeah, let's go. Hey, can I go with you guys? We said no way. Is your nose so big your ears can't hear anything? Get lost, big green nose.
Poor Rudolph. He never got to play with the other reindeer boys and girls. He was sad and lonely, but he was always still good. So he was hopeful that he would get as much presents and candy from Santa as the other young reindeer would. Later that night, the reindeer were all sleeping, dreaming of Santa coming soon. Santa was scurrying to get ready to go, but things were looking a bit difficult.
Good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Excellent.
Did you see the weather, Santa?
Yes, I did. This fog is as thick as soda's white fizz. It's going to be tough getting through this stuff. We'll have to fly slow and low until we get through it. And then it's good.
Santa was right. It was slow going in that thick black fog. Lights from the street lamps and houses helped him on his way. Soon, however, families settled into sleep and lights went out. Things got a little more complicated.
Watch out for that tree. Left. Wait. No, right. I think you clipped that tree. What's that? The plane. Look out. Ooh. Out.
Santa didn't give up. He was determined to get all the homes of good boys and girls and reindeer. It was still dark and dreary, but he continued on and eventually came to the reindeer's home. It was so dark in their homes, he struggled to find his way through, tripping and falling on his way. And then, Santa opened the door and...
What's that? Somebody left the lamp on for you. Oh my, that's not a lamp.
Indeed it wasn't. It was Rudolph's nose glowing softly even as he was sleeping. Santa left Rudolph's room and went on to another room, but it was dark and Santa tripped again. It was then he had an idea, perhaps the greatest idea in all of history.
Look up, look up. Yes, Duck, I need you.
You need me?
Oh, what I do? I need you to guide my sled. Write a note for your parents so they know who you are.
Wow, is this a dream?
Not at all. We need to hurry if we want to finish it.
Santa's idea was neat ribbon, and Rudolph's brilliant nose led the way for his sleigh. No more near misses, scrapes, or scratches. They were quickly, and soon every toy was delivered, and every stocking filled to the top. Santa, Rudolph, and the rest of the reindeer headed home after their long night. Meanwhile, back in Reindeer Town,
Hey guys, listen to this. It's a Rudolph. I've got one of these, but don't worry about me. Let me see that. Red-nosed Rudolph helping Santa. I don't. How come he gets the number one? Look! It's Santa! Rudolph with him? He is! Santa! Rudolph!
Rudolph saves Christmas. You are brilliant, literally. Again, I want you to guide my sled.
Hooray for Rudolph! Hooray! Speech!
Go ahead, Rudolph. Say something.
Merry Christmas to all!
And you all a good night.
What, guys?
well, I never thought about it, but you're right.
Yeah, so,
No more jokes.
or
Very nice.
Knock, knock. Snow. Snow business. I like business. That was bad. Okay. Show business like snow business. I'm gonna try another one because that was bad.
I will try. What do you get if you cross a snowman and a shark? A frostbite.
Why was the snowman rummaging through the bag of carrots? He was picking his nose.
Loser. What did Santa ask Rudolph about the weather? Is it going to reindeer? Me too.
I'll get them with this one. How do snowmen get around? They ride an icicle. You know, get instead of a bike. You guys are a tough crowd.
They know who is funny, doesn't it? Okay. Who is Santa Claus married to? Merry Christmas. That was terrible.
It was terrible.
Who is the music elf's favorite reindeer? It's Dancer.
Would be better, okay? That's good. What do you get if you cross Santa with a duck? I hope I'm gonna pronounce that well. A Christmas cracker. Cracker. A Christmas cracker. I win because of my accent.
What happened?
Well, you're supposed to be up there.
Well, I don't know, just tell God. Fine. My jokes are in front of you.
Up there. Up there. Just as there is a myriad of books and movies with holiday themes, there are more holiday songs than we can even count that have remained popular over the years. Tonight we would like to sing some of those traditional Christmas songs for you. Well, I'm sure that most of you will recognize them. Feel free to sing along with us.
We are now going to have a brief intermission if you guys want to get up and stretch your legs. We will have some music playing during this time. When the music shuts off, please find your seats again and we will start.
Not before Christmas. Yeah. Not before Christmas. Christmas Eve, December 24th. Holiday traditions are been to family, talk to town, really family. Holiday fair with many adults and children around. Or it was the night before Christmas at Billy Moore, professor of literature and theology. Professor Moore wrote a poem originally entitled Visit from St. Nicholas for his own church on Christmas Eve 1822. It was later published anonymously, and eventually Professor Moore claimed ownership. There have been others who claimed ownership as well, but claiming ownership is held to this day. Over the years, children and adults have cherished this enchanting poem, and many versions have been produced in music, literature, and film. Tonight we would like to present for you the story behind It Was the Night Before Christmas.
I'm sorry to disturb you, but something really dreadful has occurred. I don't see how it could have done such a thing. It was confusion, I suppose. So much to think about. Tidying up the parlor, readying the students, preparing the children's gifts. Clement, you're not listening.
Yes, my dear.
You haven't heard a word I said.
Oh, but I have. You said you were confused. You had neglected the father, idea of sweets, and started to gifts for everyone.
Nothing of the kind, Clement. You are not listening. I'm talking about the turkey.
What turkey?
The Christmas turkey for tomorrow.
Oh, yes, of course. I prefer chestnut stuffing, a bit of sage, a hint of garlic, just a hint, and a touch of spice.
Clement, do come out of those dusty old books for once. There will be no stuffing at all. You see, there is no turkey.
No turkey for Christmas? That's impossible. Why ever not?
Simply because I've been trying to tell you.
But this is terrible. Something must be done about it.
I agree, but what?
Without a turkey, there is scarcity.
I agree.
And you did?
And you too, Clement. I know how very fond you are of turkey.
I am indeed. Let me see. How can we solve the problem?
Actually, there is no problem.
What do you mean?
I mean, we must go to the market and purchase a turkey.
At this hour?
The shops are not closed yet.
If I were not so occupied.
You'll just have to put your writing aside now, won't you?
Yes, I dare say, but
And your coat, Clement. Get your coat, Clement, and do hurry.
it's quite cold. Snowing.
But you never mind a little snow.
I would go, gladly. But you see, I've lost my shoes. You would scarcely expect me to venture out of these.
Oh, Clement, you know you haven't lost your shoes. Where are they?
I have no idea.
I have. Here they are, just where you set them every evening when you come home from your classes.
Astonishing. Well, I suppose. I've never bought a turkey before, you know.
High time you have the experience. And your gloves, Clement.
Yes, in my gloves.
Now you'll be snug.
I hope none of my students spies me. They might think it comical. Dr. Moore, professor of Hebrew and classical languages at the General Theological Seminary, is strutting about Christmas Eve carrying a plucked turkey over his shoulder.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I doubt my father would have consented to such an indignity. He was a gentleman and a scholar.
Yes, yes, I know.
He officiated at the inauguration of President George Washington and at the death of Alexander Hamilton.
Clement, you're making excuses merely because we're lazy. Let's just forget about the turkey. Take off your things, go back to your books. We have some salt cod in the house. I shall cook that for our Christmas dinner.
Salt cod for Christmas?
Yes, it's very good, and wholesome too.
My dear!
What did you tell her?
And we wanted a fine Christmas present for Father.
As usual. And what did she say?
She didn't think Father would be so very surprised.
Because we've given him the same Christmas present for the last 3 years. Father always is surprised though. Perhaps he only acts surprised.
What's the matter? Are you sorry with Pen? Shall I take the present back to Mrs. Steve Hall?
No, what else do we get now?
Well, it isn't a surprise.
It's so sweet, but next year we're planning something quite different anyway.
Who's coming, Father?
Cousin Emily! So it is. Merry Christmas, darlings. I'll call Mother. Mother, Cousin Emily's here.
May I take your packages?
Thank you, no. I shall still enjoy myself their secrets. Cousin Emily! Now we shall have the best of the holidays. A charming lunch together. Children, what's in the basket in the hall?
It's our gift for Father. It's
What? Again? I think your yard will be swarming by this time.
no, we keep them until they grow large. Then we take them out to the farm.
Don't worry, darling. He'll be delighted. But where is your father? At the market. Dr. Moore, the distinguished professor doing the family marketing. He hated to go, but I insisted. And he should be back any minute. Yes, here he is.
Emily, beholding me, a much abused man.
Doing the family marketing?
I had to, or eat salt cod.
I must say, Clement, you did well. This is a beautiful bird.
Father, we have a gift for you. You, Cousin Emily, and Mother will sit down.
For me, how nice.
Wait, Father, do you suspect what's in the basket?
No, I can't imagine. Fruit, candies, a holly wreath. But surely I hear a tiny scratching sound. Could it be something alive?
Yes, it's alive.
Oh, a black kitten, of all the splendid Christmas gifts. Just what I've been waiting for.
Honestly, Father?
We chose a black one to match your clothes, sir.
They gave me one last year, and several years before.
That is the exact reason I didn't give anyone this year.
Oh, look at this. Can you come closer look?
And I too have a kindly surprise for you children. Yes, but this is something a little different. Something I wrote for you.
Oh,
Not exactly, no. Verses, rhymes.
right. Like Clement.
I know, it's the most extraordinary thing for me to do. But as I was walking along the street, as I stood in the market, somehow rhymes about Christmas suggested themselves. So I jotted them down. I haven't yet finished, but would you care to...
Yes, do read them, Clement.
Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung on the chimney with care, and folks that St. Nicholas was to be dead. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When I was on the lawn, there arose such a clatter. I sprang to the bed to see what was the matter.
But Father, this isn't a bit like the things you write. It's wonderful. It really is, Clement.
Oh, it's nothing.
Nothing. A poem. I should know a copy, Clement.
No. I should be distressed if anybody ever knew I was so foolish. It just spins out in the strangest ways. Well, shall I continue reading?
Yes, do read. Please, Father.
Away to the window, I flew up a flash, tore open the shutters, and drew up the sash. Moon on the ground, and the on the snow. A luster of victory, objects of flow. Where are the children, my dear?
Upstairs, very busy with their Christmas hats.
say I shall have the customary offering of a black kitchen to Mrs. Paul's catering?
The youngsters give you kittens because they themselves dote on kittens.
Well, that's an excellent goal for this election, yes. And is Emily coming?
I think she is.
Good. There's no cooperation in our scheme of life. We're seizing the season is there. I prefer itself. Peace, serenity, nothing to offend you. And this year, the interview is brought on schedule, and I'll not be forced to parade in public.
I'm mixing the stuffing according to your taste.
Ah! Do my eyes deceive me? No, it is. It really is. That ridiculous poem of mine, those silly whimsical verses I wrote last Christmas about St. Nick. That dribble, it's printed here in the Troy Sentinel, where everybody can see it. This is terrible, a disgrace. Who could have done such a thing? Well, say something. Did you send my verses to the Sentinel?
No, I didn't.
Then who could have? Emily. Emily, of course.
I'm so sorry.
Emily, even knowing my poor taste of them, Emily still sent them to the Sentinel.
It wasn't, please, do be calm. It wasn't like that. Well, not quite. Emily did make a copy of your poem, and she told it to a few of her friends, and they repeated it to a few of their friends. Pretty soon, she had a request from the editor of the Sentinel for permission to print it.
A request which she complied with without my permission. Annoyed, she has ruined me.
Oh no, in her letter last month, Emily told
So
me...
you knew it would be in the paper?
Well, yes I knew, but I hoped she wouldn't notice.
Indeed, everybody will notice. Hundreds of people, thousands. They all think that Dr. Moore has lost his mind.
I'm rather sure they will not think that, Helen. They will read the verses with deep interest and admiration. You should not be ashamed of that poem. You should be proud. It's beautiful. A picture in words. Perhaps it will be reprinted often. Perhaps it will be read years from now, 20 years. Perhaps not one of those books will live as long or be as popular as this little poem you wrote just for our children.
I can't believe that. Are you weeping?
Forgive me.
But why?
Well, our Christmas is spoiled. I'm so sorry.
Oh my dear, how badly I'm behaving. The printing of my paper was a minor incident. I have exaggerated its importance. What matters is that together under this roof, we'll be happy together on Christmas Eve.
Oh, Clement, you are kind.
Is there spice in this cooking? Not too much, I trust.
Will you sample it and tell me?
Sure. Yes, delicate and delicious. Good evening, Emily.
Emily! Are you angry?
No, I've been somewhat startled, I admit, but not angry. Would you say I displayed anger?
Certainly not. Oh, surprise! Surprise for Father! But you haven't greeted Cousin Emily, children. How are you, Cousin Emily? We have a surprise for Father!
Well, what can this be? Fruit, candies, a holly wreath. Surely it's a tiny scratching sound. Could it be something alive?
Yes, alive. We said it would be different this year, and it is. Different, very different. You'll never guess.
Well, this is the black kitten that I'm truly mystified. Upon my soul, a white kitten.
You have ever guessed?
Never, and I've been wishing for a white kitten.
Father, do you remember the poem you read to us last week?
Yes, I remember it. Father said she tried to. As it so happens, I've been published out of the air.
I think I recognize St. Nicholas. He sounds a lot like the butcher here in Chelsea.
Perhaps when I went there last year to get the turkey, I noticed. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry.
His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. Yes, that's our butcher, all right. But what? Reindeer?
Reindeer? I suppose I didn't.
Well, of course you did. No one has ever described it. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen.
On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, and Blitzen. Well, as I told you, the circumstances of my proposal were odd and different. I can't explain it.
Perhaps inspiration can never be explained.
Here they are, Father.
All ready, Father.
It was the night before Christmas, when all through that house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by a continuing care. Listen to me read it. The children were nestled, looked in their beds, while visions of sugar-plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out of the barn, there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window, I was like a cat, broke the shutters, and she broke the sash. Kneeling on the breast of the new fallen snow, is the luster of the day, the object below. When one of my wondering eyes met here, with a miniature sleigh, an 8-tiny reindeer, with a little butcher versus a live stage quick, and the little almost brings peace and day. More rapid than eagles, his courses they came, and he whistled and shouted, and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away. And darkly stepped over the wild unseen fly, and they leaped the obstacle, and out to the sky. So up to the house, out before the victory, his sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof, the prancing and pawing of each little foot. As I drew my hand and turned around, I could see St. Nicholas in his bower. He was dressed all in fur, and his hands in his coat, and his clothes were all tarnished with eggs and soot. But the was his slung on his back, and he looked like a feather, and his hat. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His rolling mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke in his nipples his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly, that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right belly was dull, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of my side. I looked at his eye and a twist of his head, soon gave me to know I had nothing to do. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filling all his stockings, he entered his jerk, and laying his fingers right in his nose, and giving a nod about the chin as he rose. He sprang to his sleigh and was twinkling roses, and away they all flew, like a dove at Christmas. I heard him explain, and he go out of sight. Happy Christmas to all,
And to all a good night.
It was the night before Christmas, just without a doubt, one of the most published, most read, most collected, and most memorized book of all Christmas stories. It is also one of the most published and most parodied pieces of poetry. It is said that there are more than 1,000 versions, professional, amateur writers alike. Some stick closely to the scripture, while a few sound very different. Many are lighthearted and fun, while others are more serious. We would like to share with you just a few of these many parodies.
Our first parody was written especially for parents. Perhaps parents here tonight will identify with this one. The real Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house I searched for the tools to hand to my spouse. Instructions were studied and we were inspired in hopes we could manage some simply required. The children were quiet and went to sleep in their beds, while that on my face the evening would go. A kitchen, 2 bikes, Barbie's counting house to boot. And now, thanks to Grandpa, a train with a tube. We opened the boxes, my heart skipped a beat. Let no parts be missing, but parts complete. Too late for last minute returns or replacement. If we can't get it right, it goes straight to the basement. When once my wearing eyes should appear, but 50 sheets of directions, concise but not clear. With each part numbered and every slot named, so if we fail, only we could be blamed. From rapid their angles, parts then fell out. All over the carpet, they were scattered about. Now bolt it, now twist it, attach it right here. Slide on the seats and steeple the stair. Hammer the shelves and nail to the stand. Funny, said Cubby, you just glued my hand. And then in the twinkling, I knew for a fact that all the toy dealers had indeed made a pact to keep parents busy all Christmas Eve night, with assembly required till morning's first light. We spoke not a word, but kept bent at our work, till our eyes they went blurry, our fingers like hurt. The coffee went cold, and the night it worked in, before we attached the last rod and last pin. Then laying the tools away in the chest, we fell into bed for our well-deserved rest. But I said to my husband, before I passed out, this will be the best Christmas, without any doubt. Tomorrow we'll cheers, let the holiday ring, and not run to the store for one single thing. We did it, the toys are all set, for the perfect, most magical Christmas ahead. Then off to dreamland, and sweet repose, I gratefully went, so I suppose there's something to say for those self-deluded. I've forgotten that batteries are never
This is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, Facebook edition. 'Twas Christmas on Facebook when all through the house. Every parent was posting and clicking their mouse. The Instagram filters were chosen with care in hopes that their image would soon get a share. Each status included a funny thing their kid said. So much to be documented, so much to be read. And Junior on his potty and Missy mid-nap, everyone geotagged and placed on a map. When some were off screen, there arose such a clatter. I sprang from my laptop to see what was the matter. Away from my monitor, I began to explore. Blinked in the non-LCD light and opened the door. The moon was so pretty, like a promoted post, and I suddenly saw it, a surprise Christmas ghost. Yes, what to my wondering eyes should appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. When the old driver climbed down the apparatus, I immediately wanted to update my status. But more rapid than eagles his phrases they came, and whistled and shouted and called them my name. Now friend me, now like me, now poke me and share, on political rant, on pet photo, on awkward public prayer. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. And I realized my posting was belated. Why, I described Santa's visit like this. It was complicated. As I reached for my phone and clicked the mobile app, suddenly on my shoulder, there came a gentle tap. He looked a bit weary, that Santa all told. He told me my updates were getting quite old. Some cards, the Sunny cards, the general check-ins, the stuff from the George Taffy. On that one, he actually rolled a twinkly eye. Your cat photos, so annoying. Your kid pictures, so corny. You're cluttering my newsfeed with statuses that bore me. His droll little mouth was drawn up to let fly, and he was totally giving me the Santa stink eye. He spoke not a word more, but straight to my browser, and he perused my timeline as he hitched up his trousers, rubbing his hand with a murmur of how banal, and giving a nod, deleted my wall. Then he sprang to his sleigh, and to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, "You've been a fine hostess. Happy Facebook to all, and I bet 99% of you won't repost this." Now this one's the night before Christmas, legally speaking. Whereas, or on or about the night prior to Christmas, there did occur a certain improved piece of real property, here near after the house. A general lack of stirring by all creatures therein, including but not limited to a mouse. A variety of foot apparel, e.g. stocking, socks, etc., had been affixed by and around the chimney in said house, in the hope and or belief that Saint Nick, aka Saint Nicholas, aka Santa Claus, here thereafter Claus, would arrive sometime thereafter. The minor residents, i.e. the children, the aforementioned house, were located in their individual beds and were engaged in nocturnal hallucinations, i.e. dreams wherein visions of a confectionery treats, including but not limited to candies, nuts, and or sugar plums, did dance, cavorted, or otherwise appear in said dreams. Whereupon the party of first part, sometimes hereinafter referred to as I, being the joint owner in free simple of the house with the parts of the second part, hereafter Mama. Said Mama had retired for a sustained period of sleep. At such time, the parties were clad in various forms of headgear, e.g. handkerchief and cap. Suddenly, and without prior notice or warning, there did occur an unproved real property adjacent, abrupt to said house, i.e. the lawn, at a curtain description of unknown creature, cause and or circumstance. The first part did immediately rush to the window in the house to investigate the cause of such disturbance. At the time, the party did observe with some degree of wonder and or disbelief a miniature sleigh, hereinafter the vehicle, being pulled and or drawn very rapidly through the air, approximately 8 tiny reindeer. The driver of the vehicle appeared to be, and in fact was, the previously referred to referenced Claus. Said Claus was providing specific direction, instruction, and guidance to the approximately 8 reindeer, and specifically identified the animal co-conspirators by name: Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen, hereafter the deer. Upon information and belief, it is further asserted that an additional co-conspirator named Rudolph may have been involved. The party first witnessed Claus, the vehicle, and the deer intentionally and willfully trespass upon the roofs of several residents located adjacent and in the vicinity of the house, and noted that the vehicle was heavily laden with packages, toys, and other items of unknown origin or nature. Suddenly, without prior invitation or permission, either expressed or implied, the vehicle arrived at the house, and Claus entered the house via the chimney. Said Claus was in a plaid red fur suit, which was particularly covered in the residue from the chimney, and he carried a large sack containing a portion of the aforementioned packages, toys, and other unknown items. He was smoking what appeared to be a tobacco in a small pipe, blatant violation of local ordinances of health regulations. Claus did not speak, but immediately began to fill the stocking of the minor children, which hung adjacent to the chimney, with toys and other small gifts. Said items did not, however, constitute gifts, as said minor, pursuant to the applicable provisions of the U.S. tax code. Upon completion of such task, Claus touched the side of his nose and flew, rose and or ascended up the chimney of the house to the roof where the vehicle and deer waited and or served as lookouts. Claus immediately departed for an unknown destination. However, prior to the departure of the vehicle, deer and Claus said house, the party, of the first part did hear Claus state and or proclaim, Merry Christmas to all, and to all good night, or words that affect, respectfully submitted, S, the Grinch, etc.
Here's a parody about a little down south.
An Arkansas Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the shack, not a thing was moving from the front to the back. The kids were in bed. I believe we had 9. The wife in her curlers was looking real fine. A cold wind was blowing, up the holler it moaned. All 7 dogs on the porch howled and groaned. The boys were all dreaming of weapons and guns. For killing God's creatures, there's no better fun. The girls in their feminine dreams were attuned to getting those gallons of Walmart perfume. My wife wanted jewelry, like rings with big rocks. I just wanted my Chevy down off the blocks. Then in the yard, such a noise had commenced, like something was caught in the barbed wire fence. I ran to the window and saw pretty quick, the man making that racket was good old Saint Nick. You may think of Santa in your own mind's eye, dressed in a red and white suit, but I've got a surprise. That old boy's an Archie, our fair state, he won't fail her. He married his cousin, and they live in a trailer. On Christmas, of course, a sleigh for his rig, he hooks the thing up to a razorback pig. He climbed on the roof with his bag full of goodies, and back down the fireplace, all dirty and sooty. Fat legs in his breeches, chubby hands in his mittens, I admit from the back, he looked like Bill Clinton. He turned towards the tree, his eyes all aglow. He was an Arkansas boy, from his head to his toe. His neck was a red one, his shirt said light beer. There was no red hat, his cap read John Deere. He left all the presents with an air of delight, then it was back into the chimney and into the night. He ran to the yard and threw his bag in his sleigh, and yelled at the dogs to get out of the way. And I heard him exclaim as those pigs took to flight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a Bud Light.
You can find parodies of Twas the Night Before Christmas in just about anything. Here's one for our Star Wars fans. 'Twas the night before Christmas and after the void. Not a creature was stirring, not even android. The stockings were hung in destruction with care, in hope that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Chewbacca was nestled long snug in his bed, while vigilant stormtroopers danced in his head. And Princess Leia in her kerchief and I in my pipe had just settled down for a long winter's flight. When out of the X-Wing there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my command post to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a blazer, tore open the shutters and pulled out my laser. What to my wondering eyes should appear, but the miniature land speeder and 8 tiny reindeer. With the little old driver so lively and quick, I was afraid for a moment that it was Darth Vader trick. Soon up to the starships so quickly they flew, with the land speeder full of toys and St. Nicholas too. I drew in my head and opened the latch, as strongly St. Nicholas squeezed through the hatch. He was dressed all in fur from his toe to his snout, and his clothes were all tarnished with meteor fallout. He had a broad face and a big black shoe, and his body was so round, he looked like R2-D2. But the wink in his eye and the dimple in his chin soon gave me to know the force within him. He drank all the milk, but he ate just one cookie. Then I packed his gift for a C-3PO and a Wookiee. He spoke not a word, but left piles of toys. Then rolled off to his land speeder and a deafening voice. He took to the sky without giving his name, but before he disappeared, I heard him exclaim, "For the children of the universe, the toys were well suited, but I'm sorry to say, batteries are not included."
Here's a fun parody looking at all the good food eating during the holiday season. 'Twas the night of Christmas leftovers. 'Twas the night of Christmas, but I couldn't sleep. I tried counting backwards, I tried counting sheep. The leftovers beckoned, the dark made them white. but I fought the temptation with all of my might, tossing and turning with anticipation. The thought of a snack became infatuation. So I raced to the kitchen, flung open the door, and gazed at the fridge full of goodies galore. I gobbled up turkey and buttered potatoes, pickles, carrots, beans, and tomatoes. I felt myself swelling silk-toughness around, till all of a sudden I rose off the ground. I crashed through the ceiling, floated into the sky, with a mouthful of pudding and a handful of pie. I managed to yell as I soared past the trees, happy eating to all. Pass the cranberries, please.
Here's a fun parody looking at. Oh, shoot. Some parodies look after our life after Christmas, as in this one. It was the day after Christmas, and all through the house every creature was hunting, even the mouse. Their toys were all broken, their batteries dead, and Santa passed out with some ice on his head. Wrapping in ribbons just covered the floor, while upstairs the family continued to snore. And down in a t-shirt, Reeboks and jeans, and went into the kitchen and started to clean. And out on the lawn rose such a chatter, I sprang from the sink to see what was the matter. Away to the window, I flew in a flash, tore open the curtains and threw up the sash. Much to my wondering, I should appear by little by truck with an oversized mirror. The driver was smiling so lively and grand. The patch on his jacket said U.S. Postman. With a handful of bills, he grinned like a fox, and quickly he stuffed them into our mailbox. Bill after bill after bill they still came. Whistling and shouting, he called them by name. No Dillers, no Broadways, no Pennies and Sears. There's Levi's and Targets and Marvin's all here. To the tip of your limit in every store, every mall. Now charge away, charge away, charge away all. He whooped and he whistled as he finished his work. He filled up the box and he returned with a jerk. He sprang to his truck and he drove down the road, driving much faster with just half a load. Then I heard him exclaim with great holiday cheer, "Enjoy what you've got, you'll be paying all year."
Not all parodies of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas are silly rhymes. Some are more serious, such as this Christian version written by a 14-year-old girl. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the town, every shelter was packed, not a bed to be found. Caesar's census sent folks to the town of their birth, so Caesar with taxes could increase Rome's worth. On that cold crystal night into Bethlehem came 2 weary people with their donkey the same. They had come very far, many miles of road, but there was no bed for the weary and cold. Mary and Joseph, as they were known, made a deal to sleep in a barn made of stone. During the night, in the soft bed of hay, baby Jesus was born. In the manger he lay. Close by, men in fields guarding their sheep became fully awake, some startled from sleep. 'Cause all of a sudden, with a brilliant flash, an angel appeared, wearing white robe and sash. "Have no fear," the bright angel said. "I bring you good news, with nothing to dread. Today down in Bethlehem, in a dark little stable, the Savior's been born. Get there quick as you're able." Then another brilliant flash, and the sky seemed to be seared. A great host of angels, singing praises, appeared. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. The angels disappeared, and the shepherds hurried away to see that baby in the manger lay. While this was happening, far off from the east, wise men were coming with treasures loaded on beasts. They came into Bethlehem and searched through the town until they found the stable where they kneeled down. They offered God's Son gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and they told others what they'd seen and they'd heard. The first Christmas night, so long ago, God sent us the greatest gift we'll ever know.
Christmas is an important time to remember all our soldiers who serve our country and keep us safe. May we never forget what they and their families have sacrificed for us. Tonight, we want to honor our soldiers and our veterans with this parody written for servicemen everywhere. The embers glowed softly, and in their dim light, I gazed round the room and I cherished the sight. My wife was asleep, her head on my chest. My daughter beside me, angelic in rest. Outside, the snow fell, a blanket of white, transforming the yard into a winter delight. The sparkling lights in the tree, I believe, completed the magic that was Christmas Eve. My eyelids were heavy, my breathing was deep. Secure and surrounded by love, I would sleep. In perfect contentment, or so it would seem. So I slumbered. Perhaps I started to dream. The sound wasn't too loud, and it wasn't too near, but I opened my eye when it tickled my ear. My soul gave a tremble. I struggled to hear. I crept out the door to see who was near. Standing out in the cold, in the dark of the night, a lone figure stood, his face weary and tight. A soldier, I puzzled, perhaps some 20 years old. Perhaps a Marine, lying huddled here in the cold. Alone in the dark, he looked up and smiled, standing watch over me, my wife and my child. What are you doing? I asked without fear. Come in this moment. It's freezing out here. Put down your pack, brush the snow from your sleeve. You should be at home on a cold Christmas Eve. For barely a moment I saw his eyes shift away from the cold and the snow-blown-in drifts to a window that danced with the warm fire's light. Then he sighed and he said, "It's really all right. I'm out here by choice. I'm here every night. It's my duty to stand at the front of the line that separates you from the darkest of times. No one had to ask or beg or implore me. I'm proud to stand here, like my fathers before me. My granddad died at Pearl that day in December." Then he sighed. "That's a Christmas Graham always remembers. My dad stood his watch in the jungles of Nam, and now it's my turn, so here I am. I've not seen my own son in more than a while, but my wife sends me pictures. He sure got her smile." And then he bent down and he carefully pulled from his bag the red, white, and blue, an American flag. I can live through the cold and the being alone, away from my family, my house, and my home. I can stand at my post through the rain and the sleet. I can sleep in a foxhole with little to eat. I can carry the weight of killing another, or lay down my life with my sisters and brothers, who stand at the front line against any and all to ensure for all time that this flag will not fall. So go back inside, he said, harbor no freight. Your family is waiting, and I'll be all right. But isn't there something I can do, at the least? Give you money, I asked, or prepare you a feast? Seems all too little for what you've done, for being away from your wife and your son. Then his eye welled a tear that held no regret. Just tell us you love us, and never forget to fight for our rights back at home while we're gone, and to stand your own watch, no matter how long. For when we come home, either standing or dead, to know that you remember that we fought and we bled is payment enough, and with that we will trust that we mattered to you as you mattered to us.
While we may take classics and traditionals and change things up for fun, can you imagine what Christmas would be like without those traditional characters, stories and songs and movies you all know and love? Perhaps it would be a little like this.
Thank you. And it's just a problem.
Oh, well, okay. Can I get you anything else? Perhaps a cup of coffee?
No. No, thank you. Tea? Iced tea?
No, not in the middle of the winter. It's something we do.
Oh, okay. Well,
don't understand why people like it so hot. Oh good. The furnace is shut off. Feel better already.
I'm sorry, Mr. Frost. I wasn't quite any ice. I always have water, it's pretty cold. It tastes pretty good too.
Thank you.
Officer Summers will be ready. Here's his file. He calls himself Frosty. Friendly and polite. Probably something to hide.
Yes, good. Do we have them to serve we can give him for the night? Get him out of the cold.
I can check, but I don't think he wants that. Someone I used to play with as a kid. I think he just seems so familiar.
Well, I'll talk with him, see what's going on. Hope it doesn't take long. When it's time to go home, seems there's always some weird one coming. The neighbor's Christmas Eve. Hello, I'm Officer Summer. Your hands seem a little cold. Can I turn the heat on for you? Right. So, what can I do for you?
Sir, I'd like to report a crime.
Right. Let me get this paper started. So, full name please?
Frosty.
First name?
Frosty.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was your last name. What's your last name then?
Frosty. It's just Frosty, sir. We people close time.
Are you okay, Mr. Frosty? It seems a little bit white.
I'm fine, really. I'll be much better once we get up.
Police station makes you uncomfortable?
No. It's just a little warm. Could you perhaps turn on the AC?
Air conditioning? It's winter, man. We need heat for air conditioning. It's cold in here. Are you sure you're okay, Mr. Frosty? You see you look confused. Oh, look. No wonder it's cold in here. Somebody turned the heat up.
No, please leave it on.
Alright, let's move on, Mr. Frosty. When did this crime take place?
December 24th.
Oh, that's fine. So, today?
No,
Last year?
No. Many years ago.
Why do you wait so long to report this crime?
Well,
Never mind. Where did this crime take place?
The North Pole, sir.
Alright, that shouldn't be. Tell me about this crime. What supposedly happened?
Well, you see, sir.
Spit it out, Mr. Frosty. Almost within time. I need to go home to my family.
Oh, yes, of course, I'm sorry. Santa Claus is not who you think he is. He stole my identity.
What?
Santa Claus stole my identity.
I heard what you said. Explain yourself.
Well, you see, sir, I'll try and keep it short, so that way you can answer your family. Then you can go and arrest Santa and give me back my job.
Good. That's good.
When I was just many years ago, when I was just a young adult at the North Pole.
The North Pole?
Yes, it's the town where I grew up.
Right, go on.
There was much discussion about starting a new business, a non-profit organization that would draw tourists. We're a little community just off the beaten path. Businesses were struggling, industries were closing, people were moving away.
Like small towns everywhere?
Well, there was a small group of us that really liked it there at the North Pole and wanted to keep our town alive. So, came up with a plan. We went through all the town. We would start a special holiday. Decorations, and music, and toys, and goodies. My best friend Santa and I.
Wait, your best friend named Santa. Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Right, go on.
We went to all the town council meetings, and we both had some pretty good ideas that we did. One of them was that we would have one person dress up and hand out all the toys. That would go first. We had a contest to see who would win, who would get to be that person somebody.
Let me guess, your friend Santa won?
No, I won. That's my complaint. I was supposed to be the one to hand out the toys, and Santa stole that from me.
And just how did he steal that from you?
Well, I was trying to get to that. You keep interrupting me.
Okay. Sorry, go on, Mr. President.
In the end, it became an elaborate affair. Everybody chipped in. There were decorations and toys and goodies everywhere. There'd be one special day where we would all, where every business would close, and we'd all go out to the square and celebrate. We would pass out goodies and toys, and a special appearance by me to hand out the toys. I even had a cool red suit just for the occasion. The town council decided to call it Christmas. There was a massive advertising campaign. Book, book solid, not a room, anything. People started arriving a few days before the big day. All week, everyone was crazy busy. Nobody was stressed up. There were lights, music, singing, and I can't even explain how special.
I'm just take as the little story is, first we need to finish it up, so what happened?
It's not just a story, it really happened.
Sure it is, go on.
Finally, the day before the big day came, we had one thing left to do. We'd get a tree, and bring it in, and the kids from school would decorate it with ornaments they made. And then I would appear and hand out the toys, well, the boys and girls. Santa was real artsy, so he decided that he would go and help them with the decorating. I'm more of an outdoorsy kind of guy, so I went to get the tree. I asked a few friends to come along. We found the perfect tree. It was great, amazing, wall. We cut it down, brought it back, and started to bring it back. But then a huge storm hit. Blizzard like you haven't seen in years. We couldn't see. We were lost all night. We were afraid of getting lost. One of my friends, Thomas. Right here. You know. Well, anyway, his cousin had this medical condition. His nose. He pretended not to notice, but his nose was really red, like bright red. It glowed red.
Like a light bulb?
Yeah.
Let me guess, his name was Rudolph?
No. What made you? Oh. You must be thinking about his son many years later. Rudolph. He had the same medical condition as his dad. Hereditary, I guess. He helped Santa years later. This is way before Rudolph wasn't born yet. Howard's cousin wasn't even married yet. None of us.
Oh, okay, sorry. Go on.
Well, Howard's cousin, his name is, I can't remember. We also call him. He didn't mind, but we decided we'd let him lead the way. His nose worked real fine. So since he wasn't from around the area, he kind of got lost. Took the rest we lost all night. By the time we got back, it was already Christmas Day.
Yours.
It was crazy at the time. There was snow up to people's rooftops. All flights in and out of town were canceled.
They tried to send a search party, but they couldn't even get out of town. Since we never arrived and they had all these tourists expecting one big show, Santa and the school kids decorated a big tree growing in the center of town. Even put lights on it, too. And then Santa found my red suit, put it on, and went and picked up toys. It was kind of big for him since I'm a bit bigger than toys.
I thought Santa Claus was fat.
He hasn't always been fat. I always have been. Sure it is. Santa had to add some weight. Santa added some weight on later. Until then, he put pillows in. And then he handed out the toys. Kids loved him. He was a natural. Who wouldn't love a red guy who loved the red suit?
So, the day he takes your job, but you will skip 3 years and get to today. Fast music comes next.
Okay. The tourists couldn't go home for a long time. We started running low on supplies. So fortunately, though, we made a lot of new friends. A lot of families stayed too. The elves opened a toy factory. The bakers opened a tree shop. The evergreens opened the evergreen farm. Sleighs started a shipping company. And Red stayed to help commerce on his farm. Lots of families stayed and helped to work in all of the facilities too. It was great for our economy. Next year, there was a lot of snow and storms early, so none of the tourists could make it in. So, town council decided to take the holiday to the whole world.
And so now we have Christmas, but what about your job?
That's just it. Santa never gave it back. He even got the town council to back me. They said it was because he was a natural and yada yada, but I would have been good too. It was my suit. My job. He even decided to go down chimneys. You know I can't go down chimneys, I'd melt. He staged the whole takeover. My best friend pushed me out.
And after all these years, you want your job back?
Yeah, I'm not getting any younger, you know.
But why? I mean, yeah, sure, Christmas is fun, everybody does Santa.
Yeah,
but
that's just it. Santa gets all the fun and all of the glory. I want that. I want to see what it's like.
Look, Mr. Frosty, or whoever you really are.
I am Frost.
Yeah, whoever. Think about it. Santa Claus gets the glory one day a year. 1 day out of 365. Frosty, that snowman, on the other hand, had all children love all winter long, and in few states, that's a norm. They build him, dress him up, play, dance with him. They don't get to play with Santa, but they do get to play with Frosty. They don't just love Santa Claus, they love Santa and Frosty for different reasons, but they love them both.
Never thought of it that way. I guess you're right. Do love me.
Look, Mr. Frosty, I really need to go to my family. Let me clock out and I will walk with you out. And you will go playing with all the boys and girls.
That sounds nice. You know, I haven't seen Santa in a long time. Maybe after Christmas is over, I'll call him and go out and get some coffee.
Coffee?
Iced coffee.
Of course. I'll be right back. Wait, where did it go? What is that? Is it dollars? That was pretty frosty, was it?
Christmas. It got gobbled.
What do you call an old snowman? Water.
What kind of motorbike does Santa ride? A Harley Davidson.
What two letters of the alphabet does snowman prefer? Somebody thought it was good.
Why is winter a snowman's favorite time of year? It's when a snowman can camouflage.
What do you call a snowman on rollerblades? A snowmobile.
What did one snowman say to the other? I couldn't hear them, so I have no idea.
Who are Frosty's parents? Mom and Popsicle.
Yes, Frosty and Santa each have their own place in our hearts and lives. Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Just the Night Before Christmas, all holiday favorites, and have remained popular through the years. The Christmas classics will live on. Christmas traditions fill our lives with warmth and gladness every year. Along with the myriad of traditional holiday classics, many families create their own special traditions that continue year after year, from generation to generation. Whatever your family does, enjoy the season together, create new memories and traditions, and above all, have a very Merry Christmas.
Snow
This year's Christmas program. We're going to have a special visitor after the house lights get brought back up, which is my job, so that'll take a little while. And in the back, we have a sign-up sheet if any of you guys are interested in, we're trying to start a community theater for Long Creek here. Thank you all for coming, and we hope you enjoyed yourself. Have a good night.